Hello and welcome to another step-by-step how to tie tutorial video. This is Lefty's Deceiver. This is tied on a size 6, 6X long streamer hook. This is a Gills Supreme Demon hook made by Herders, an old vintage hook. For a tying thread, I'm using this heavier hot green flat floss thread. Tail material, I'm using 5 Hackle feathers. Next, I'll tie in just a little bit of Mirage accent Opal crystal flash, followed by our body material, which is a silver Mylar piping with the rope stripped out of it. The main portion of the body also is white bucktail and some hot green Chartreuse bucktail. I'll also add a little bit of Gills, which is red crystal flash, and then a little bit of one strand of Flashabou going down either side. I am using a red stick-on dome eye there. And to seal everything off, I'm using a little bit of UV epoxy. Let's go ahead and remove our sample. And we can secure our hook. And like all good flies, this will begin but with just a single wrap of thread. We can continue that, securing our thread down, working it towards the bend of the hook. Once we get to the bend, we're going to let our thread build up a small little bump. This will help flare out those feathers out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Hackle feathers, and I'm just lining up the tips length close and approximate to each other. And I'm going to measure everything out a hook and a little bit longer. Hook and a little bit longer for the most part. Go ahead and secure that down. A couple tight locking wraps. Alright, and I'm going to run my thread forward and secure these hackles up front as well. And this will really help with the underbody being a uniform size. That's all. Secure the rest of that down. Excellent. We can go ahead and get our Mirage Accent Opal Crystal Flash is what I'm using here today. I'm going to fold it over a few times, make it a small little clump. I'm going to tie this on either side of the hook. A couple of wraps here. And I'm going to take my thread forward, securing it down on the side just a little bit more, and I can check the fold over length. Once I'm satisfied with the fold over, I fold the material over and tie it in. Alright, now we can tie in our underbody material, which is this silver piping material. Get a few good wraps there. Excellent. Now we can take our thread, work our thread forward. Nice big 6X long hook. It takes a couple of turns to get the thread moving. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and palmer on this piping, this silver Mylar. Nice close touching wraps, nice and even from the rear to the front. I'm really giving it a pinch, giving it a hold, compressing it down, and wrapping this on nice and tight. And because it's the underbody, only you and the fish will know it's there. Alright. Good enough. Let's go ahead and secure that down. Some tight locking wraps. And we can trim off our excess. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and get our bucktail ready to tie in. I'm just taking a small, maybe a bar straw's diameter to start off. Just a small little clump. Sparse. It's one of those less is more. So go ahead and clean out all your junk. We're going to tie this in on either side of the hook. I'm not going to stack because I want these to really kind of feather off as far as a taper. And I'm going to line this up so it goes back approximately about the midway to the tail. I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to trim this off at an angle. Just a slight angle there. And we're going to start this on the near side of the hook. Nice tight wraps. Excellent. Once we got the near side on, we can go ahead and repeat the process on the far side of the hook. Once again, I'm grabbing just a small sparse chunk of white bucktail. Clean that stuff out. That's what really gets a nice clean finish. Helps with the wraps. Alright, we're going to measure that out, same as the other side. Slight angled taper there. And secure this on the far side of the hook. So on the top, kind of a split wing on either side. Now we can add our hot green, or chartreuse, or lime, whatever you want to call it. Now this is going to be a slightly larger clump. It's 1,000 times easier to cut it on the lap than holding it way out here in front of the camera. So once again, one last time, clean out the under junk. Alright. We'll kind of eyeball this the same length as the rest. And one last time, we're going to go ahead and just give that an angle cut. Get it in position and we'll lock it down nice and tight. Build that head up front, nice taper. Excellent. We'll grab a couple strands of the red Krystal Flash. I'm going to fold that over a couple of times. We'll trim off our loops. And I think that'll be good for thickness. We're going to lay this right on the bottom side. Secure that in. Fold this front part back. We'll secure that in. And then we can come in and we'll trim that all about the hook's length. Close enough. Alright, and the last piece of material we're going to actually tie in here is some pearl Flashabou. I'm going to take this a little bit longer than one hooks, or all the way past the tail, just a little bit. Just a little bit past the tail. Just going to give that a couple of tight wraps. Fold it over. We'll get it on the far side. Make sure it lines up. And we can trim that to length. Alright, at this time we can take our thread all the way down to the eye. We'll do our whip finish. One, two, three. And trim off the tying thread. Alright, to help us with our eyes, I'm going to take the flat part of the scissors and I'm just going to give this a slight compression. And give us a little bit more of an even spot to stick on our eyes. Now these have a slight adhesive backs to them, so they will hold in place, at least momentarily, while we get everything set up. Okay, kind of compress those down, and there we go. Alright, now I'm going to come in with my UV. This is Loon UV Clear Thick. And I'm focusing around the eyes. And underneath. And we'll just slowly build that up, just a little bit at a time. A little touch here, a little dab there. Get it all the way behind the eyes. And I like this thick because it does not run fast. It still moves. But once you're satisfied with the shape of the head, my cap back on here. Go ahead and give it a quick zap with the flashlight, the UV, activate that. And there you have it, folks. That is the Lefty's Deceiver, tied on a size 6, 6X long streamer hook. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and with this one, definitely, oh so definitely, tight lines.